Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about interlibrary loan, or ILL for short. Interlibrary loan is a process that allows you to request materials that the library doesn't own from another library. The first method I want to show is within the library's OneSearch catalog. When you're searching within the catalog, you're typically searching within the library at BSU's collection. But you can, by choosing the drop-down here, changing it from everything or books and more to all MinPal's libraries, this actually changes the catalog that you are searching within from only BSU items to items that are owned by other libraries within our consortium. Let me show you what this looks like. So I've searched for a title that I know that the BSU library doesn't own, but I know is owned by other libraries within Minnesota. I see here that this result is what I'm looking for, and within the address line it says check for available services, so I'm going to click that to do so. Under this how to get it heading, I can see that if I sign in, I can find additional request options. So I'm going to sign in using my star ID and password. Now I see that I get the option to request via interlibrary loan. I'm going to click this option. What's happened is that all of the citation information that the catalog had on this book has been taken from the catalog and placed into this interlibrary loan request page. So I see here that I'm requesting a book, and here's the title and author, etc. I always want to check this over to make sure that it's the correct information before I request. But if I scroll down, I see the format is physical, which is exactly what I want, and now I'm going to send request. Before the request is sent to the Interlibrary Loan Department, I do have to agree with the copyright terms. And now I see that my request was successfully placed. The second situation where you might find yourself requiring to request an interlibrary loan is when you're performing a search in one of the library's databases. I performed a search in Academic Search Premier, one of the library's most used databases. Many of the results that I receive, actually, I can look at that full text of that article right in this database, but there are some that I may have to go outside of the database to view. When you see this BSU links to full text option, which is kind of in place of where you would see this PDF, that means one of two things. It either means that the library does have access to an article, but you have to go outside of this particular database to get to it, or that the library doesn't have access to this article, and we have to request this article from another library. If I click on the BSU links to full text, then I'll know which one it is. If the library does have access to this article in a different database, it will tell you in the how to get it area. In this case, though, there is no option to get this article within the library's resources. This is where you can request via interlibrary loan. The process at this point is exactly the same as the process that you just done with the book, except you're requesting an article instead of a book chapter or a book. Now on to the third option for requesting an interlibrary loan. Let's say that you have a title of an article or book that you know you want to get through interlibrary loan, but you're unable to find it through searching in the library OneSearch or searching in a database. There is a blank ILL form that you can use for these instances. To get there, I recommend clicking on Advanced Search when you're at the library's OneSearch homepage. At the top of the page, you see a bunch of different options. There's also this little 3 dots, and I'm going to click that to get even. I see that there is a blank ILL request form, so I'll click there. The blank form allows you to request a book chapter, or an article, and just make sure to choose the correct citation type because you see that So that's how you use interlibrary loan. A couple other things I want to mention include the time it takes to get a physical material. Typically, I would say it takes a week and a half, but because of the pandemic, things are taking longer. So just keep that in mind if you request physical materials. Hopefully soon enough, it'll take less time, but right now we're seeing a turnover rate that's a little bit longer than usual. The second thing I want to mention is that if you don't live around campus, but you do want to receive physical materials through interlibrary loan, we can do that for you. If you request a material and you want us to mail it to you, after you get a notification that that material is in for you, please reply to that notification and then we can send it on its way to your home. Otherwise, you should be good to go. Take care.